Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a mouth-watering, easy to follow dinner plan for you. I'm going to take you on a culinary journey through one of my favorite childhood dinners here in Houston, where I'll be preparing a delightful 90-minute southern dinner, so get ready for some finger-licking good food. I'll be serving up some blackened catfish with a side of smothered potatoes and cabbage. So grab your aprons and let's get cooking. Y'all, now while I'm going to show you the process, the ingredients, all those things, I'm more so focused on the timeline of events, on how I do these things in order in a timely fashion so that we can be done in 90 minutes, because let's get real. No one wants to be in the kitchen for a long time. We also don't want a bunch of dishes. So I'm going to start by prepping all of my ingredients for my potatoes and my cabbage. While I chop these things and throw things to the side, I don't know why I did that. Anyway, while I get these things prepared, I want to talk about these potatoes. So I'm learning in my adult life that everyone did not grow up with these potatoes. That's number one. Number two, the ones that did grow up with these potatoes call them a million different things. So I've always known them to be smothered potatoes, and I knew them to be smothered potatoes because that's what we call them, and also they were smothered in butter and onions. That was why they were smothered potatoes. But when I speak to other friends that are not, some of them are from Texas, some of them are just from a quote unquote southern state, because people love to tell me how much Texas is not a southern state, but we're not getting into that today. Those particular friends say either skillet potatoes or stewed potatoes. Y'all, stewed potatoes is nasty. I don't know where y'all got that from. But every time I've seen stewed potatoes online anywhere, not something I want. They're like mushy, and no, it's not it. But that's what some people think that this is. So, whatever. These are my smothered potatoes. Smothered potatoes they're like kind of fried and kind of burnt, but they're delicious with the onions and the seasons and the spices. It's amazing. Just take my word for it and follow me as I show you how I do what I do with these potatoes. Now, I do go ahead and prepare these two sides, my starch and my veggie, at the same time, because in the meantime, while these things are cooking down a little bit, I'm doing my seasoning for my fish, which I'll show you in a little bit. And yeah, that's the process. So please take heed and watch as I season these two products. Let them steam a little bit and you'll see the process. Okay guys, let's get into my blackened catfish, and this is my blackening seasoning. Does that sound right? Should I say that like that? I don't know. All I use for my seasoning is some paprika, some dry mustard, garlic powder, oregano, thyme, salt, pepper, and some cayenne. Also, whenever I put my fish in the pan into my hot butter, I season that hot butter with some garlic, salt, cayenne, red pepper flakes, and I add a little lemon. So just keep those things in mind whenever you see me get to that part. All I do here is mix these things up. I do not pre-butter my fish. My fish is just washed or rinsed and patted dry with a towel, and then I just do a little dry rub on my fish. I set it to the side until I'm ready to stick it in the pan. But here's the thing, for timeline purposes, because that's what we're talking about and how we're getting this 90-minute meal done, I'm going to set this to the side. What you have not seen me do is I've already prepared my dry mixture to my hot milk cake, which is my dessert for this evening. And so after I rub down this fish, I'm going to wash my hands, of course, and then I'm going to prepare my hot milk and butter so that my cake can go into the oven, basically while I go ahead and finish up the last little piece of my meal, and that's putting this fish in the skillet. If you are indeed interested in my very simple, easy hot milk cake that anyone can make, you guys click the link above. It's already posted. You can go follow that alone if that's all you're interested in. I don't know if it's on the left or the right at the top, but it's somewhere up here. And now I can finally get into my delightful fish. That cake is in the oven. The cake takes 55 minutes. Let's start there, y'all. Whenever I say it's 90 minutes, that is the cooking process. But I don't know anyone that has their dessert on the plate with them while they're eating their food. So while my cake is baking, we can go ahead and eat dinner. And guess what we get to smell while we're eating dinner? Dessert. Dessert will be out shortly after we have completed our food. Y'all, I do cook my fish for about 3.5 minutes on each side so I can get that lovely blackening effect. And I'm gonna add that to my plate, and look at this. Y'all, we gonna get that little extra butter off the plate. But y'all, when I tell you blackened fish, smothered potatoes, and cabbage takes me to a place in my childhood that it's very nostalgic. I don't know the smell in the kitchen, all of it, the whole thing, the whole process is very nostalgic for me, and I love it. Y'all, my cake is done right on time. I do dust it with a little powdered sugar. Typically, I would add this with some vanilla bean ice cream and some sweetened strawberries, but I didn't have any strawberries. So all he gets today is vanilla bean ice cream, and guess what? He was okay. Y'all, we enjoyed our dinner and dessert in 90 minutes. You can too. Follow for more. Also, if you want like complete detailed versions of these recipes, please let me know, because this time I was really sold on the process and just getting out this 90-minute recipe to y'all. Okay, have a good night. Bye.